So, throat tones, use your covered fingerings at all time. And really that phrase is heading towards the B natural in the middle of the line. And then you've got the echo. And then you're beginning again. And again, that bar there, bar 47, you as with sort of previous bars, you can take a little bit of time there because you've got these. So we're talking about as in bar 8 here. And this I know is a very, very long track, but do try to do it in the one breath. But let's go back to bar 22 and play from there. But it is possible to do that without the breath. And again, 30 is dolce piano, but I would at least have it a mezzo piano. So. What you need to be careful about is not letting the audience know that there are ties, because I've noticed this in some people's playing, is that when they see a tie that goes to the first beat, they do a little emphasis, and we don't want that. We want it as liquid and languid as possible. So try to resist the urge to emphasise with the breath the start of the beat. So okay. Now the next phrase from 36 onward is very much like the phrase before it, except it develops a little bit and you climax in a forte. So this bar is exactly the same, and then develops. So it's a continuous crescendo through there. I love how it develops, you know, and then does the sequence up on the next note. So I don't know, I just love that little play on the motif. So let's go. Next bit is quite impassioned, and I would invite you again to play it with a great deal of intensity. Don't spread the sound, just play with a great deal of intensity, really centre the sound, the dark, rich, brooding German sound. But keep that sound going even when you are in the lower shallow mode register, because that actually needs to be just as loud as the upper register, although you do need to be careful that those notes aren't flat. So and really head for that C. Although back off when you do get to those lower notes, because the piano part backs off and you don't really want to be doing that. You want to back off a little bit. Yeah, so again here you've got this maybe emphasize the first note a little bit. So let's go back a little bit and do the piano. This next bit because it brings you back to the beginning again, and you're starting at the P, and you're after a very sweet sound here. Now with these octaves, again emphasize the lower note, and again use the covered fingering. And again, don't emphasize with the breath that first beat of the bar. You don't want you just want it to hang there. Now, I would love, when I play this with piano, I take a bit of time with this G. So this recording allows you to do that, but here you want to be absolutely smooth, especially when you're going over the break. So see, one thing I've noticed with this movement is the time is very fluid. But let's take that with piano and I'll show you what I mean. Tones are getting a bit sharp, so let's pull that a little bit. It's actually, even though we're in sort of mid-autumn, it's still very hot here in Brisbane. So, so you can take a little bit of time at bar 55, and I love what he's done here with his motifs. So, I just love it because you've got this. I just love his economical use of motifs, but